Club and Coaches Show here on KOOL 106.5. Quick reminder, next Tuesday night will be our special edition at Sax's for the Quarterback Club and Coaches Show. 7 o'clock for the airtime, 6 o'clock for the social hour. So we hope to see you there. Josh, I know you wanted to make a mention about something special coming up this weekend at the home opener.
Yeah, in addition to being the first game at Perkins Stadium for the season, it is the Hall of Fame weekend as well. A couple of players being inducted from sports all over the athletic department, but most notably in football here tonight, Jeff Anding, former punter and kicker, is being inducted to represent the football team, and Dean Fisher is getting the Distinguished Service Award. He's in attendance here tonight as well.
Way to go, Dino. All right.
But Coach, as you know, you don't make it to the Hall of Fame unless you do some very significant things here. Both those guys have contributed many things to the football program.
Dean Fisher's got just a great legacy of being involved with the football program here, and going back to, him and Coach Brezowitz are very close friends, and just this summer, I mean, he saved my tail when it came to our QB club golf outing, and really helped out a lot, and just invaluable to say the least, and very worthy to say the least. And Jeff Anding, we're excited. He's going to serve as a honorary captain for us this Saturday.
Oh, very cool.
Let's talk about the next game up. Of course, Finlandia, another new program to Division III, and they're not only new, I mean, they are new because they are just starting up. It's a very, very young roster. They've had a couple of lopsided games coming in, but one of the things that, at least in the brief research that I've been able to do, it looks like they're trying to start this program up the right way.
Oh, not a question. I mean, to me, it's so admirable. Coach Driscoll, who in his first season, I mean, so he went out and recruited kids 2 years ago, pulled them in. They were practicing last fall, and now this year he's got another recruiting class. But I mean, it's so admirable in the sense of going out and making that commitment that he's making for the University of Finlandia to make that commitment. I mean, we're in a day and time where a lot of universities are, unfortunately cutting programs, but for them to make that commitment and things for our game. The game of football, that's an amazing thing and an exciting thing.
How difficult, obviously in this day and age of social media and everything, obviously the players know that this is a team that's new, that's young, that's struggling a little bit. And I know you always have a great focus with the program of just focusing on the next game up. How are things going with getting prepared to play the Lions this weekend?
The thing that was real exciting to me was, you're right, with social media, with the ability to be able to see things on the internet and those types of things, the players, obviously saw the score that Oshkosh scored 80 points. And, but I wanted to go back to a basic tenet with our players and a basic concept of what we believe in as a football program. Whether we're playing Finlandia on Saturday or Platteville or Morningside or whoever it is, we've never ever concentrated on that team. What we've always concentrated on, now I'm not saying we don't, Coach Smith, he's going to break down Finlandia's defense. He's going to figure out what coverages they're doing and how he wants to attack that. And the same thing with Coach Erickson. He's going to figure out how he wants to attack that. But we don't focus on the opponent, we focus on us. And we focus on what we got to do to execute our piece of the game. And that's the beautiful thing, I think, in football. That's a great lesson for our players, and it's a lesson of life. Concentrate on what you can control. And that's what we focused on and talked to our players about. And Tuesday, we had a fantastic practice. The energy was just great. I mean, like I said earlier, we had some things that we just felt are significant issues we got to address. But I don't make it sound significant like there's a major flaw, but it's pretty typical issues that we need to get much better at if we want to be, a very competitive, good team in the WIAC.
And kind of tying in with that, how are ways that you can evaluate the team without looking at the final score of a football game?
You're saying evaluate the opponent?
Yeah, evaluate the opponent and evaluate your team as well.
You bet. I mean, again, Josh, I mean, I may sound redundant. I mean, to me, it's not so much what we do when we break down an opponent is we want to see what schemes they're running, how they're running them. So if I'm if I'm Coach Erickson, I'm looking at each and every offensive play they run based off formation, see what they're trying to do to you. Football's a game of math. It actually, really simplistically, is a game of math. Everybody's trying to have the extra man at the point of attack. That's really what it is. And he's going to look and break down those structures. He's going to see what they're trying to do in the sense of the math game. How are they trying to gain a man, gain a person, whatever it may be, or make us short a person. And so, I mean, those are the things you focus on. That's what we evaluate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, ultimately, then we focus on ourselves on how we want to execute the schemes that we want to do to gain the guy, to have that extra guy, that, again, win the math game.
It makes sense.
Just a couple minutes before we wrap things up here tonight. Kevin, I know that one thing you're really excited about with not only playing at home this weekend, but also something special that's going to take place after the ball game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. This is going to be our first meeting of what we call the fifth quarter. And the fifth quarter will be in the KOOL Pavilion after the game. It's open admission. It's anybody that wants to come after the game. Our players are going to be there. Their families are invited. The quarterback club is invited. The staff is going to be there. And it's going to be very casual, just get together. And one of the things that's really impressed me about Warhawk athletics, and in particular Warhawk football games, is the experience piece. Is that the university is so aware of making this a great experience, an enjoyable experience for the families and people that come to the games. And so we're just trying to add another piece onto that experience, and and kind of add into that tailgate a little bit, and all those things that happen during the course of the game on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a home opener. It's a Hall of Fame weekend. You have this nice program to get started. Are you expecting just a good energy in the stadium with this first game getting underway?
I don't know if I've ever been in the first home game season for the Warhawks that hasn't had just great energy that puts goosebumps on you, literally. So looking forward to it.
I was going to be remiss too when we were talking about the Hall of Fame just a moment ago. Tom Pattison informed me that Jim Miller's struggling a little bit right now. Jim, of course, was so instrumental with the Hall of Fame for years and years and years. So our best goes out to Mills here tonight, because he does. Well, he officially retired a long time ago, but he seems like he's at the university all the time.
Jim's around all the time.
Yeah, he is.
It's not even a question.
Great thing. Kickoff, 1 o'clock. Our pregame here on KOOL 106.5 will be at 12:40 Saturday afternoon. Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. Again, congratulations on your initial win, and we look forward to another great game coming up on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you, Josh. Really appreciate it.
Kevin Bullis, head coach at UW-Whitewater here tonight. Quick reminder. Before we leave you here tonight, we do want to remind you that we'll be at Sax's next Tuesday night. That's Tuesday night because of the game on Thursday night down in Sioux City, Iowa. So we'll see you at Sax's 7 o'clock next Tuesday night. That'll wrap it up here from 841 Brewhouse in Whitewater. For Josh Smith, I'm Gary Douglas. We'll see you